As the school year comes to an end, many students are juggling finals, end-of-year projects, graduation, and of course the emotions, right, that just come with these big transitions. Parents are also feeling the pressure as families now shift into the summer routines. So this morning we welcome school social worker Adriana Martinez to talk more about what families need to know. Thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So this time of year, as you all know, it can be exciting, but very, very, very stressful. What are some of the biggest stressors that families are dealing with right now?
Right now, they are going through a major transition, especially because at the beginning of the year, students have a different capacity to navigate stressors, and now they're just feeling burned out. And it's a collective feeling with everyone, including parents as well. So just maintaining their current standing grades while planning for their future.
What do you think are the signs that parents need to be looking out for to indicate that things may be taking another level, that there is high maybe anxiety or high stress that their child is dealing with?
Yes, definitely if parents notice that their children are withdrawn, isolated, or sort of just giving up, maybe their day-to-day is looking like they're struggling to just get through the door, going through their school day, and just not doing things that they used to do, or tapping into those coping skills, like things that energized them before, and they're just not engaging anymore.
Yeah, we often talk about students, but parents are stressed too. Let me just tell you, we're stressed too, right? Trying to figure it all out, navigate, what the kids are doing for this summer, where they're going, how to manage their summer schedule with the adult schedule. What is it that adults, the parents, need to be focusing on to manage their own stress?
Definitely partnering with their kids, right? So understanding what is stressing you out right now, and what can I do? Do I ask for assistance? Do you need to talk to someone? Talking to someone is a form of caring for yourself as well. Information, right? Knowing your community resources, summer programming, summer schools, just supporting and partnering with their kids.
We talk about, maybe younger kids, right? And how they may be stressed, their parents may be stressed, but, we also can't not talk about graduation. You know, that is a whole different level of stress and anxiety, I think, for a lot of families, whether it's high school graduation or college graduation. How do families navigate that transition in a healthy way?
Yes, so this is a major life transition, right? So not only do they have a very full to-do list, but I think a lot of students are trying to figure out a perfect plan for what's next. And I think it's okay to normalize that you don't have to have a perfect plan. Just take it day by day, right?
Yeah, and I think it's also important to for people to understand, like, plans change. I think we're all kind of learning that plans change, and nothing is always set in stone. Okay, so what is it that you want to tell families and parents who are watching this morning as they're kind of dealing with this transition? What's your advice?
So my advice is for maybe like having structured routines to promote effective time management, not neglecting the basics, so taking care of your sleep, nutrition, and I do have a tool that I like to introduce to students that I call mind dumping, and basically it's an exercise that students write down all of their thoughts, worries, concerns, just without judgment, and then they go back and review and list and scale what's least stressful to most stressful. It's just a great opportunity to prioritize important tasks, and parents can also assist as well.
I love that, mind dumping. Okay, we'll have to use that. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.